Hello, and welcome back to the Pretty Little Podcast. We're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
And my name is Caroline. And today, Taylor Allison Swift is engaged. And
Can
the crowd goes,
it?
No. She's engaged. Guys, I get a call from my sister, Phoebe Connell. And I answer, and she says, open Instagram. And I mean, a million things went through my head. And I also want to say that a million things could have gone through my head. But instead, what I said is, what is it? Is it Taylor Swift? Is she engaged? Like, the fact that there could have been so many things that I actually have a reason to care that deeply about. And the first thing I thought was, like, it must be something with Taylor Allison Swift.
But I think that's fair because of everything that's been going on. So
Yes.
I don't think it says too much about.
Okay.
Some people might say that, take that as like, oh my God, they're so obsessed. But it's like we are kind of primed to be like this, especially in a season like this that we're in currently.
She has been, updating her website with new countdowns and new album covers every other day, which is weird because now is she going to like keep doing that? Like, you can't keep doing that now.
I know. I don't know.
The next cover is like her hand with a ring.
This was just like Tuesday at 1 p.m. Just random.
But also, we had a conversation, and you're not going to want me to bring it up because you were proven wrong once again in the history books when it comes to Big Al.
The thing is that you see it as me being wrong. It's just like I was just saying, like, it was just another opinion that could have been true.
No, because you speak very definitively. You speak with a lot of authority on the subject. So when we spoke and I said, Phoebe, there are rumblings that they're merging their brands. Could this be? No. I mean, you
didn't see it that way.
Down.
I didn't see it that way.
And you didn't see them being together. You were like, they are not dating, blah, blah, blah. Phoebe's actually mad that I'm bringing this up for some reason. It's just Potter. Get over it. It happened. Sorry, you were there.
I think you're seeing it in a way that, like, I didn't feel that definitive about it.
Had a wrong your prediction was wrong. You were on one side of history. I was on literal herstory. You were on one side of history. I was on the right side of history. That's what it is. I said I think this is happening. You said no, it isn't. I don't think it's happening.
Guys,
no, it's not.
Can you run it back? I don't think that's how it happened. I don't think I said.
I think you spoke to me as though, no, that's not happening. No, that is what happened.
I don't remember it like that.
What do you think you said?
Well, I don't think that I was like, I don't think it was my definitive opinion that it wasn't certainly going to happen. I didn't think it was happening.
Well, hey, Fee, neither of us are psychics. Neither of us could have had a definitive opinion on what was going to happen.
But that's what you're saying I had.
You had a wrong, you had a wrong prediction.
I was just saying, like, it could go either way. I didn't think that it was like, it had to be one way or the other. And it's fine.
Really? Because you're yelling. You seem genuinely pissed off.
I just wanted to celebrate with my sister on the phone that this was happening. And the first thing that she said on the phone was that I was wrong.
It was not the first thing that I said. I actually was like screaming. Anthony was like, Caroline, what's wrong? Like, that is absolutely not the first thing that I said. It was like the 5th or 6th. And did you really think I wasn't going to say it? I had to. It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong about like 2 things. In your life. They're massive. They're massive and huge, and I'm never going to let you forget them or live it down, but you are allowed. Just don't let it happen again about anything else at all.
I just thought, I don't know. I just thought differently. I just wasn't, and I think maybe it was me trying to protect my heart. I think maybe it was me trying to be like, I want this to be right for her so badly, and I don't want.
Do you think?
Because I'm also like, that's so much pressure. It's more pressure than usual on the relationship. Like, the NHL posting about it is like, why the NHL, he's not even like, it's not
ESPN
just
sending a push notification to every
that's what I'm saying, on both
male's
apps
phone in the entire
not just
universe.
ESPN Fantasy, both of them sent. So I'm like, I think I didn't want to put any additional pressure on our girl. I wanted her to know that it was okay. I wanted to know that it was okay if this wasn't forever. And it is, and I'm happy about that.
Well, right. And here's one thing that I believe to be true about Taylor Swift. Say what you want about the, people have long had discourse about the amount of boyfriends that she's had or whatever. I don't see Taylor Swift putting a ring on that finger unless it is forever. You know what I mean? Like, unless Travis Kelce is the greatest scammer the earth has ever known.
Yeah, I think that's also my fear. I think I'm not, the podcast made me feel better about him.
Yeah.
But I do still have my reservations. Just because
I know, and I think that's okay.
Of his,
again, it comes from a place of, you're protective over her.
And I think that was also that was, obviously he's older now, but in his past relationships, like he's just a bit of he's like a showy guy, and like that has gotten him in trouble in the past, and I just am worried that she doesn't need that. I'm super excited, and I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I was just trying to walk everybody through my thoughts from last week.
No, that's okay.
Because obviously I'm thrilled and excited. And the podcast, again, reiterating this, the podcast made me feel better. And I'm glad that she's with someone finally who will, like, I was reminded of the Joe Alwyn videos of, like, he'd be on a red carpet and someone would bring up Taylor or, like, ask him what his favorite song was. And he would, like, get annoyed and, like, have an attitude.
He'd be like, I've never heard any.
And it's
we don't support each other's work like that.
Travis might not know the song Red from the titular album Red, but
you can bet your bottom dollar he does now.
And also he just like has his answers. He's just like not going to be a jerk about it, which I feel like Joe always was. And for that, I'm obviously excited. Guys, please don't take this the wrong way. Don't send pitchforks to my house.
I also think that Travis, like, it doesn't feel like a put on. He doesn't feel like he's not actually a fan and he's like doing this to get in. Like, because that's the thing. Because if he was like, oh my God, I have to know every single song. If he was like studying up on Taylor Swift to pull one over on the whole Swift administration and the Swifties, then like he would have known Red. You know what I mean? So I do feel like, and I'm going to put it this way. He's not that good of an actor. He genuinely does. And he genuinely finds Taylor hilarious, and he genuinely is like down. I also think it's a huge thing for him to be like, I have the ego that I have and that I have shown publicly over the years, reasons that people are hesitant and wary, and for good reason. However, for him to be that person and be like, and yeah, I'm okay with dating someone and having my whole male fan base say that she's emasculating me and all these horrible things, like, it does take a type of man, I think, to be able to handle the level of fame that she's at. I think a lot of guys say that they would like that, in theory, but to actually be in his shoes and have to handle that, I do think you have to be like super secure in yourself and also be someone that's like excited to stand on the sidelines. And that's something that she hasn't really had,
I agree.
It's interesting because I feel like we see actors and we see musicians as like deeper, and they're a little bit more, they're not these like meatheads that just like throw balls for fun, and they're these like assholes, but the truth is, it's the people that are great with their words. It's the people that are really tied into their emotions. It's those people that can hurt you the fucking most.
Totally.
Because
we've seen that time and time again with her.
Yeah. So I think that like you're absolutely right to be protective, and what I was asking was like, do you think part of your I don't think that the engagement is coming, do you think you were thinking that because really you weren't ready for it? Because you also were like, a couple things. One, it opens her up, as you're saying, to so much criticism, and we're already seeing it, like people who just are tired of seeing her on their pages. But I think this also says the fact that she's doing it this way at this time when she's been doing these releases, people are already talking about her, shows that she's like, I don't fucking care. Like, you guys, I'm happy. This is my life.
It's not a part of the like spectacle anymore. And I think that's a good thing.
Which is really neat. And we're going to get into the specifics of the engagement in a moment, of course, not that we know any, but from the post. But I wonder too, like, you said, and I agree with you, I didn't mean to say that you in an accusatory way, but we were talking about how like, what is this wedding gonna be like, and is this gonna be another moment where we have to go to the trenches to defend our girl's taste? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the ring gives me hope, but the whole engagement, everything gives me hope in how this looks.
But at the end of the day, she's still Tay with her dress and the hair.
What doesn't give me hope, what worries me, and not that I didn't think, I mean, it's the cutest thing in the whole world, but the caption does just immediately remind you of
that she is a
millennial.
But
I got to blow Mom's mind when we were talking about the engagement.
Okay, tell me.
I said in her first, because we were trying to figure out if there was any numerology about when she announced it, or like if there's a day this month or
I was wondering that
would have been like, not that we know anything, but I guess it is like it's close to the 2 years, I feel like, of when he saw her at the Eras tour. So maybe it was around like that anniversary. I don't know. Anyway, we were trying to think of numerology, and I said, well, you know what's crazy is in a song on her first album, at the end, in the beginning, she says, I was 7 and you were 9. And at the end of the song, she says, I'm 87 and you're 89.
87, you'll be 89.
Mom could not believe it.
No way.
She could not believe it. She goes, oh my God, because his number is 87 in her album 1989. And Mom couldn't, she couldn't believe it.
I know. And well, I mean, Taylor's gotten so excited to talk about that with Taylor over and over. Every time Taylor gets a little bit tipsy, she's like, and Travis, like in Mary's song, I literally said that. And it's like,
they had a couple glasses of champagne after they got engaged, and she like got to that, but she got to that emotional point, and she brought it up again, and he's like,
and he was like, and he doesn't get annoyed with her about it.
He loves
He's
it.
like, he loves it.
And that's like, and Mom, listen to this, and Mom, listen to this. Let Taylor explain it.
I think that they knew that this podcast had to happen before they could announce an engagement, because exactly what you're saying now, like you were like, the podcast sold me on him a lot more than I was. And I think that a lot of people needed that, because we do feel so protective over her, And so I really feel like that was for her, but that was for Travis. That was for us to show like, hey guys, look, I'm okay. Things are good, and you're going to watch this and you're going to see it. That's my question.
When they recorded, like, when do we think it actually happened?
So, okay, her nails.
Like we would have, that's a good point. I want to hear about that, but I feel like part of I just don't believe, and obviously we dispel these rumors every time they come up. So like maybe there was a little surge of rumors around when it happened, but like, where did they do it that there was truly no leaks? It had to have been like
a secret garden in her mind, of course.
Oh, right. Do you think? Imagine it's like actually set up just like your engagement.
The lover house?
Lover is playing.
Well, that is the thing. Wait, did you see though?
At Arrowhead Stadium, Travis had the Eras tour rebuilt.
Okay, I love it. And Taylor would have loved that too. Taylor would have been like, you got me. This is my favorite place to be. Taylor's going to build a house in the shape of the Eras tour stage, and they're going to live in it.
No, it's going to be the lover's house, and then the stone pathway to like their pool is going to be the shape of the Eras tour.
Absolutely. So people are now drawing parallels because she did that infamous lover photo shoot in that garden with all the pink and white florals, and it looks so much like the setup that Travis had going on here. And I'm wondering if that was intentional.
He walked her through her eras.
Stop it. No, like, I need another podcast now because I need to hear every single freaking moment.
I know, Taylor, you really didn't. Honestly, you planned this really poorly.
Taylor, okay, we're getting another New Heights podcast next week.
Mom kept asking me questions down there, too. She was like, okay, so what did he do? What did he say? I'm like, Mom, Taylor hasn't called me yet. Taylor hasn't let me know.
I'm definitely on speed dial, but she's a long speed dial list.
But guys, I need to let you know that like because out of the two of us, I was the Paul Revere.
She was the Paul Revere. And so you know what? You might have been a naysayer a week ago, but you are the one who dropped the bomb. So there, you're okay. We're even.
Right. I was scrolling and I have her post notifications on.
You were just scrolling?
Can you believe that?
You were just scrolling willy-nilly and you came across
Caroline,
that? Oh my God. I would have had a stroke. I would have had a literal heart attack.
I was just scrolling and I scrolled past it.
No.
And then
you
I was
fucking did not. How?
Here was the first thing. One, it didn't, because it was a collab post, it didn't like, I didn't see Taylor's profile picture in the way that you normally do.
Wait, do you think, oh my God, wait, Phoebe, quickly, I want you to continue with this, but do you think the reason you didn't get a post notification is because Travis posted it and requested to collab with Taylor?
Oh my God, imagine.
Oh, why is that like so much cuter? I mean, obviously Tree Payne orchestrated the entire post, but like if Travis is the one who requested the collab, that's cute as fuck, and that might be why you didn't get it.
Maybe, but the caption is. But imagine Taylor saying the caption,
by Taylor,
and him typing it out with his.
No,
But,
Tree Payne definitely made like a press release, and she was like, "This press release is just your collab Instagram post," and it was like copy and paste, and don't fuck this up. There was a lot of red tape on that document. I know it.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, you were just scrolling, you passed through it.
Well, because the first picture they're so small, and like we were talking about last week about wedding pictures.
No one's
on
ever said that about them. No one has ever said that about Taylor and Travis. They're so small.
Well, I just mean like they're like
the world's biggest couple, literally and like physically and figure. Okay,
I mean, nice. No, they're so far back in the picture that you can't really like if you're
when
just
you can't
scrolling,
see their faces.
It just looks like it's
yeah.
And also, I love that it's not the picture of him holding up the ring box. It's literally him like holding her by the waist, like it looks like he's crying, like with his head against her stomach.
Like worshiping her. I was gonna say his head looks red, so I think that he's crying, and I think that she's crying too. The rest of the pictures are obviously posed, but she looks in that picture with like I can just tell. I can just tell from her body language because I know her so well.
Do you think Selena and Abigail were there?
Do you think? Okay, so.
Wait. I have to keep going.
What do we think?
So I scroll back up, and I still at this point am not clocking that it's actually a Taylor Swift post. I think, but I do clock that it's
But
them.
something made you go back.
I clocked that it's them, but I think it's AI.
AI.
And then I'm like, I think Caroline and Julie probably thought that Mom and Julie probably thought that I was like malfunctioning. I literally was like,
God.
wait.
Wait, I can literally imagine this. Wait.
And then I was like, wait. I was literally my eyes start to blur, I guess, because I was like, they're two T's.
Crying.
I thought that it was like a fake account, and then it was truly AI. And it was like TTAYLOR, like it was like Taylor Swift, but like two T's, so it was not actually her. It was like, and then I realized it was real.
I mean, and then she calls me,
guys. 2 minutes after she posted it. Can you believe that?
It was so funny because I felt like an entire lifetime had passed by the time I went downstairs. And I was like, Anthony, go look. She posted it 6 minutes ago.
Oh, wait. This is awesome. Do you want to hear what our president has to say about this?
What?
Because he's officially made a statement.
Oh, perfect. No, I can't wait. Read it.
Let's hear it. Well, it's like an article, so it's not going to be as like, okay.
He wrote an article about it?
Okay, notice to journalists. If you want me to like enjoy reading an article and you're going to be like, this just tweeted, just screenshot the tweet. I don't need you to break it up and put it into a bunch of quotes.
I hate that.
So let's see. Let's see if I can even find it in a second. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I wish them a lot of luck. I think he's a great player and a great guy, and I think she's a terrific person, so I wish them a lot of luck. That's not what you said last month.
What? You called her bitch in all caps.
I actually think a couple weeks ago you said, and I think after she endorsed Kamala, he tweeted, I hate Taylor Swift in all caps, right?
All caps with a bunch of exclamation points. I think we're remembering that correctly, yeah?
Yeah, I also am like... So. Oh, yeah. In response, Trump famously announced in all caps on Truth Social that I hate Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
And earlier this month, he said, ever since I alerted the world as to what she was by saying on Truth, all caps, that's what he calls his app, that I can't stand her, parentheses, hate, exclamation point. She was booed out of the Super Bowl and became, no longer hot. The tide has seriously turned. Being, caps, woke is for losers. Being Republican is what you want to be. Guys, that is the president of the United States.
Holy shit, I'm actually sweating after laughing so hard at your dramatic reading of that. Because, like, guys, can you believe that's a real presidential text?
Guys, these are going to go in the National Archives.
That's going to be in history books.
These are going to go in the National Archives. You're going to
have a history test one day. It's going to say, fill in the blank. What was in the parentheses of Donald Trump's tweet about Taylor Swift?
It's going to be a Blue Books prompt.
Yes,
it's gonna be like write. You have to write like
this.
You have to either analyze it and then also you have to write 4 examples of what could have been a Trump tweet. You have to write in his perspective.
Yeah.
Anyways, but he's happy for her. Thinks they're great people. God.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure she'll be thrilled to get his well wishes.
He wants the invite.
Now that he's like, okay, well, maybe now she'll lean into the trad wife aesthetic, and I can get behind that. I can get behind those Republican family values. Oh my God. No, well, I mean, hey, Donnie, you got a whole diss track coming out on October 3rd, so I'd be careful what you're tweeting, because she's coming for you, I think. Wouldn't that be awesome if Canceled was literally just like, hey, Donnie, listen up.
It's actually
turn
up
just your speakers.
It's just an interlude.
Taylor Swift.
And it's her. It's Matt Rogers in the back. Big Al on the track.
Big Taylor. And that's Matt. Have you heard of Christmas?
That's his,
that's his Jason
rappers
Derulo.
And producers
That's
have their
his
like
Mike
little
Will made it.
tagline.
Yeah, exactly. Have you heard of Christmas? Like that's probably Matt. Oh,
I was
my
talking
God.
to Mom. I was like, "Do you think Matt is gonna be pulled to be Jenna Bush's co-host?" And she was like, "Does he really want that?"
She said he is way too big
He's
for that.
too busy.
And I love to hear it, Mom.
And I know. I was.
I
like,
love that
okay.
Matt Rogers is now a household name for like our mother because Bowen has been because of course we're an SNL family.
Do you think
and
Bowen's
Wicked.
coming back to SNL?
Do you think he's not?
No. Did you see what Lorne Michaels said? Not about Bowen. He said this is going to be a massive shakeup. Only like one cast member is coming back.
Wait.
And Devin isn't coming back. That's confirmed.
Wait,
And,
speaking of, we only have 5 more days to get our SNL emails in. Everybody,
Oh,
by the way, if you want to go to SNL.
Celeste Yim is no longer writing on the show.
What is going on?
I know.
Wait, that's
crazy.
really weird. I could see Bowen leaving.
I know it's around that time. I wouldn't be
But what?
shocked.
He's been on for 4 years?
I feel like it's been longer than that.
Has it? Okay.
I feel, but like, I mean, it feels like it literally to me. I'm like, he's still like a fresh face to me.
Yeah.
He's my close personal friend, but he is a fresh face.
But
to
it
the
is
world.
true. It's like, is he getting too big for?
I guess.
SNL?
I think he like needs another movie.
Well, he's got one. He's got one coming up.
Is
famously.
Fanny in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, good. I'm happy to hear
pretty
that. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
like
and of course,
second-guessing
they're
myself,
working on Fanny's prequel.
Well, yeah, and you know that. Come on. I mean,
But we can't say too much. It's because of Netflix. It's just because of Netflix. It's just because of Netflix. We can't say too much.
we'll be talking about that. We're gonna get into Love Island. Sorry, I'm so excited today. I can barely speak. We rescheduled this recording so that we could watch the Love Island reunion.
Guys, it's like I had a premonition because Caroline and I on Sunday we were stressed about figuring out a recording schedule because I had a bit of unexpected travel come up, and I was like, I had the brilliant, earth-shattering idea to postpone this recording so we could talk about Love Island, but it's almost like something in my heart.
It's almost like
that there would be more to talk about.
I know. I mean, because holy freaking moly. So let's dive back into Taylor so that we can get to Love Island, get you fed there. But obviously, there's so much to discuss here. I want to get into the post. So one of the things that we were saying is like, what the heck would her ring look like? We just couldn't imagine it because for me, I was like, okay, Taylor's having a tasteful ring. You know what I mean? But she's not having a small ring. Like,
No.
There's no way in hell Taylor Swift's not having a massive, because at the end of the day, sorry, she does like shiny things. And at the end of the day, the fact that Travis is kind of like a baller, likes to spend money, that is attractive to her, whether we want to admit that or not.
Let's just think about what this would be if this has been Joe Alwyn's engagement.
It would have actually been paper.
It would have actually been a paper ring.
It would have actually been paper.
And it would have been like a blade of grass.
And one day she'd like go swimming and she'd be wearing it and it would dissolve and he'd be like, that was so irresponsible of you. Like, you don't love me. And he'd be nasty to her about it. So anyway, but like, yeah, I just, it was never going to be small, but I was like, I don't see her having a super trend forward ring.
No.
That's not our girl. And
It's
don't
gonna be
see
like
her
an
having
heirloom.
a ring.
It's going to be like, this is
Yes.
going to be passed down.
And it should feel like an heirloom. It shouldn't
And
feel like a new piece
looks
of jewelry,
vintage.
even though it needs. Yeah. And it also is close to her hand. Like, I was like, she's not going to have one of those huge rocks that is like lifted from the finger because she's got to be like able to move around. She's a busy girl. She doesn't even have like tips on her nails half the time. So like,
I can also see
know.
her band literally just, I can see it being the most simple thing you've ever seen.
I know. Well, I was like, what could the band be? Because, so the guys, the ring, I mean, do we have any reports on how many carats it is yet? Can you do a
I'm
check?
sure, guys, we literally are like an hour after.
Yeah, this is boots on the ground, real time reporting. You're welcome. It is a gorgeous, like thick gold band. It looks. I mean, we got a close up, but I need like the full specs in the ring, which I'm sure Tree will have out to the media any moment now. But it's gorgeous. It looks tasteful and it's
a closer look at Taylor Swift's massive and deeply meaningful engagement ring designed by Travis Kelce.
No fucking way. Okay, but like he knows her. To be known is to be
Let's
loved.
see what kind of info we have. Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end, this is from People magazine,
Okay.
tapped jewelry designer Kindred Lubeck in Artifacts
Okay.
Fine Jewelry, which houses luxury designs retailing upwards of $33,600.
Holy shit.
As seen with their Demetra ring, I guess that goes for that.
But it's
and then
Demetra.
this boasts a massive old mine, brilliant cut diamond, a rectangle cut diamond with antique references.
Yes.
Let's see if we have any other info. That seems to be about all we have right now.
Okay, so it's like an antique diamond, but it's massive and probably perfect.
Yeah.
But this is not by any means. This is like an
think-
artifact, literally.
But another thing that I was thinking about with when we talked about like you couldn't picture the ring, I think that was
Yeah.
another. I think we're also kind of getting to a place with Taylor where we were like, maybe we've all been
Isn't
like
gonna-
saying like she's gonna get married. Like marriage seems like she writes about love so much, like it seems like that.
Okay.
Is the
Keep me out of this because I did not say that.
no, but I think that as a lot, I think that before she started dating Travis, there was a bit of maybe marriage isn't something that maybe we're putting it on her that she's so interested in getting married.
Before the Tortured Poets department, and then we got that and we realized.
But you know what I mean? Like I think that like
Yeah.
as she got older, it just seemed like it would have happened.
Certainly when she was with Joe, we all started to think that. We were like,
Yeah.
it must
Maybe
not
they'll just be
important to her.
forever.
Before we got You're Losing Me, and before we really dug into what Midnight's might have actually been and as a breakup album, like
Mm-hmm.
I think we thought, okay, she's found her person. She loves him so much. She's happy with this quiet life. Maybe she will never get married because maybe that's just not what she wants. And then we get the Tortured Poets department and
Right.
realize, hell fucking no.
But
She wanted to be a bride. She gave him all that
Yeah.
youth for free. Like that
I
line
think
is not
that's,
sung by somebody who doesn't want
right.
these and maybe I mean, of course it could have just meant a family, but I just feel like being the romantic that she is, she kind of put on this idea that like I feel like that is a moment that I think we saw her change for a man to make him more comfortable
Yeah,
with
I
her. And
agree.
she was happy to do it. And he slowly fucking killed her. And Travis has literally brought her back to life, as we saw on the stage at the Eras tour. Like, I am so happy. Okay, so let's talk about the post now. I think it's so iconic that it's her own song. So high school. I mean,
And one that she wrote about him. Like
Which-
it's just like, because you would think, I think if this had been AI, I would have really known because it would have been, Mom, I won't have a lot of time to edit this episode, Gail. So
Phoebe kicking our mom out on the day of Taylor Swift's engagement.
what? She's
What'd
got
you
to
say? We
talk
got-
about Tay.
Okay, give her the mic for like 30 seconds.
I got to talk about Tay and her old mine, vintage styled diamond ring. That's worth
Isn't it
$1 million.
amazing? Wait, how
It's
much?
worth $1 million.
Because I've been reading about it.
It's worth $1 million.
Oh. Because I've been reading.
Wait.
Phoebe
Why did
just
you
goes,
think
you
had
don't
to
have to.
Very loud. I'll tell you what I've learned about it. It was
Okay,
made
mom is
by,
pulling up the info.
Hold on.
Don't tell her that we just went over this.
Hold on.
Whatever you do, Phoebe, do
What?
not fucking tell her that we just went over this.
Okay, it's an old mine, brilliant cut, set in stunning gold. It's a vintage style that was popular in the 1800s. It's not an antique, but
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
it was made by. Wait, what's the jeweler?
Don't you dare,
yeah.
Phoebe. Guys, this is why mom
Sure.
doesn't have a podcast.
Caroline, I'm not going to tell her you said that. Hey, Mom, I love it.
In 30 seconds, I'm going to say, wait, tell me what.
The source said she leaves Travis love notes and buys sentimental gifts, and he does the same thing.
Oh,
Okay, Mom is officially sold on tape. It
mom
only
is
took
a
her 2
full
years.
Swiftie. Oh my God.
It's okay. We actually just covered it, so
Phoebe!
no worries. No, I just
Mom and I having the exact same reaction.
because she was gonna say, and I actually do have the name of the jeweler. I just have to pull it up, and it's gonna take a second.
Okay, Phoebe's bullying mom. We all bore
And
witness
Julie's trying
it.
to see if she wants to go to the pool. So I'm just trying to move.
Well, I don't know how there's time for swimming unless mom has a waterproof phone case. Because there's a lot of shit we got to be learning right now.
The ring was designed by Kindred Lubeck of Artifacts. That's FEX.
Oh, well,
Fine
Phoebe said it
jewelry
wrong, so
in New
thank
York
God
City.
Mom clarified. No, you didn't. You said artifacts.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. She said it wrong, Mom. She said it wrong, Mom.
Nothing.
Phoebe, are you on your period?
No, but I'm annoyed that it's always, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
Oh, my God. Okay. Anyway, just be right more. Like, if you don't want me to say you're wrong all the time, be right more. I love you, Mom. Tell her I said it.
She loves you, Mom.
Love you too, Gil.
Hmm.
Love you too, Gil.
Okay, clipping that. Hey, Dear Media, clip that. Mom just puts her finger over Phoebe's head like she's going to flick her with her
Another
pointer
one?
finger
Or
and
a
then
Diet
flicks her with
Coke?
her middle finger instead.
A Diet Coke. I don't know if there are any left of those. The Diet Coke's perfect.
Is Mom
Thank
bringing
you.
you a bevy?
Yes, after I was just so mean to her.
sweet. I know. Mom is so sweet, and you don't deserve it. Just kidding. What'd she say?
Yeah, but the flick was crazy.
The flick was hilarious.
When has
She
she
totally faked
ever
you out. She goes,
When has she ever flicked anyone
she
before?
totally faked you out, though, with the pointer finger.
Mom
and then
goes, I
said she
flick
did her
people
mi-
off all the time.
Oh, okay, Mom.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, famously, there was this one time Mom and I were driving, and
Mom said, don't flick anybody off because they might have a gun. I was just about to say that.
No, but she has said that before.
It's like her go-to.
But because there was just that carjacking on Green.
Oh, believe me.
Green Tree,
Guys, like 2 seconds, like on my street, basically.
and
These people pulled up and literally 4 guys got out of a car, held up a gun to a car, said, get out, stole the car. What?
that doesn't really happen.
I stop at that stoplight almost
All
every day on the
the
way to the
time.
movies.
Thank you, Mom. And what was I gonna say? Oh, all I was saying about all of that was just, I think that's part of why it's been so difficult to picture.
Yeah. I knew she was coming back. I knew that wasn't the
Placement.
product placement. She said as she brings in the Diet Coke on her open palm. Let me just. Now she's moving around like a Ferris wheel in front of, and she's
Give us
singing
what do we call it? An a product. What do we call it?
an advertisement.
A brand deal.
We wish we could get a Diet Coke. Diet Coke, creator of kidney stones, apparently. Don't tell Mom that. Phoebe didn't
won't.
say it because she doesn't want Mom to say, then don't drink it.
Goodbye, love you.
There's some things you just pretend
She
you don't
does.
hear.
This is what you didn't see before she started doing the product. She just
Uh-huh.
paused on the stairs so she could hear
Hear what you're going to say about her.
No,
She is her own biggest fan.
Before she came into the frame, I was gonna hold up, but she didn't want me to reveal that she was gonna come back in by moving the
Oh.
microphone. So you saw she goes, guys. She held up her hand and was like,
Wait.
"I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try something."
It's like a little kid vibes. Like literally like, wait, watch what look what I can do kind of thing.
Oh my god,
Guys, if you're on the Patreon, by the way, our Punch Bowl, Mom made a special appearance and on video, so that's
If you can
worth
even
the $6. But yeah, I
but
think it was just.
I
you're
just
right,
think it was
so
just
hard
difficult to
it.
picture all of it, and I think it got harder as we. Maybe there was part of, I think, all of us that were like, maybe it's not something she wants the way we thought
Yeah.
it was something that she wanted.
I think, yeah, it just was really hard to, and I still I'm like, I don't know how to envision her wedding. I don't know if it will look a la this engagement, but Travis killed it. It's beautiful.
perfect.
The florals, it's
reminded
giving
me-
Blair Waldorf peonies, like,
It
Ugh.
also reminded me of Alex Cooper's a little bit.
mm.
And
Taylor's like, who? Taylor's like,
she
I
knows-
don't know who that is.
Honestly, okay. Now that she's like does podcasts, I'm not saying she
Call
comes
her
on
daddy
ours, Karen.
when?
I was gonna just say, like, is she gonna go on Call Her Daddy, or this was
No.
actually no, but this is my dream. She goes on Therapist.
I was about to say
Caroline,
never gonna
just-
happen,
just
and then
let
I
it be.
swallowed
Just-
it.
Selena
No,
Gomez.
I was about to say never gonna happen, and I literally was like, I
'Cause
can't
it
say
could.
that because it might.
Selena
I don't
Gomez
know.
just went on like.
I know.
What
And
if she's
speaking
like,
of, do you
it
think
was
this
really
is why
awesome?
she wasn't at Selena's Bachelorette? Because
Oh, I don't even
She
think I
was
clocked.
like, do
that.
we think she was being? Do we think she got engaged like this weekend?
That's what I'm wondering. How long?
Okay,
Were
but
they
so back to the nails
engaged in the
theory, okay?
podcast?
Because she had the same nails in the podcast that she does in the engagement
Mm.
post, and Taylor switches her nails like every day, and she only puts acrylics on for like a day at a time.
Here's
you know
why
what I
I'm
mean?
so confused. Is like the scheduling of an engagement, the album, and the podcast.
I know.
Was it like, oh, this is perfect? Was Travis like, oh, when she's here? Because I mean, they're probably living together right now, but I just mean like they're always bouncing all over the place. Travis just had like training camp and everything.
I know.
What is his hair length? And does he have a buzz cut? That's a good
wonder
question.
if also, well, we can go two different ways with this. On one hand, I'm like, this saves the conversation from being, are they going to get engaged if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? And then we don't have to like have this hinge on that either. Like, he doesn't need that pressure on him. Like, they're only going to get engaged at that. So this kind of, I think, takes a little bit of the pressure off of his season, because we don't need to be like, Chiefs have to get the Super Bowl
so this was
so that they can get engaged.
After he cut his hair, so it was this month.
But the other side of that is like, now we're going to be talking about the wedding for the entire football season. So there's still going to be...
His face is so red in this picture.
I know. I want to read what
but
he wrote.
he's so tan.
I want to read what he said.
Me
I want to
too.
know if it was in his handwriting. I bet it was, and I bet he framed it for her, or she's
and
already
her
has
like
it
cheeks
framed.
and her nose are a little rosy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she's like emotional, and then they cleaned her up for the pictures. But like, that first photo really does seem like it was an in the moment photo. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she knew?
I like her outfit.
No, she looks cute. It's just so Taylor. It's not like...
Her hair's not like done.
No, she's not wearing like a crazy white dress. Like, she looks like that, like this could have been unexpected for her, you know, which I like. I think she deserves to have an unexpected proposal. I think she deserves to know that something is coming at some time, and not to have known that it was happening that day, you know?
Yeah, I love it. I
love that.
stoked.
And I also love that they said, we'll be announcing this. There's not going to be any magazine that announces this for us. Like, we're going to do it
Do you
on
think
our
Vogue will
Instagrams.
cover
We're
it?
turning comments off. Yes. I wonder what we'll get for the wedding. There's no way there's nothing. She's not commodifying
I literally
her
was
wedding.
like, okay, she might not want it to be televised, but Travis is going to be pulling for it.
Well, and honestly, though, that's the other thing is, like, we keep saying this about Taylor, but at the end of the day,
Was it?
she's releasing 500 different album
I also think
covers.
it's just hard.
Who are
'cause,
we
like,
kidding?
We had to spend so much time getting acclimated to Joe's version of Taylor, and how like, but she was presenting it as like, I want to be private.
And
I want
in a
all of
way,
these things.
that's the Taylor we've known for the longest amount of time at once. You know, like,
And I
that's
think
the
that's
most
also another thing I was trying to say about the podcast.
developed version of her that we know.
When you were saying, I don't think she would do the podcast if they weren't Endgame, I think I was thinking back to like the way she's announced things in the past, and the way that she's been outward with her boyfriends in the past, where I was just like, I don't know. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't mean that they had to be. I'm happy that it does mean this now, but like at the time I was just like she's done it on Instagram Live, and like Tom Hiddleston used to walk around in a shirt that said, I love Taylor Swift. Like they're just, but we're so used to the way Joe was, and the way even like for the short time that she was with Maddie, like what that looks like. So I just think
so much time has passed, and she's so much older. Like, she is like a full 10 years older than she was during the Tom Hiddleston era, which I think is really easy to forget, because she did fall off the radar for a little bit there. Not really, but like in her physical form, you know, she wasn't seen. So I think
people didn't physically see me for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
I guess it was a year.
I was like, maybe it was 3 years. I was gonna go with it. I was like, okay, Phoebe's right, I'm wrong. I was gonna say Phoebe's right, I'm wrong, which she would have loved, but okay. Anyway, but I just, I think. And I'll pull it into the summer I turn pretty for all you guys. Just a quick little moment here. I also keep forgetting that there's been like a 4 or 5 year time jump in that show. So like, all of the smoke I have for Conrad and who he's been,
he's grown,
and like, that's hard for me to remember, because seasons are next to each other, but we're saying there's been 5 years. Now Jeremiah, on the other hand, has not, you know? And so like, I keep being like, I think Conrad's getting a good edit this season, and that's why I'm like, I don't think she should be with anybody. But if Conrad has really evolved, and this version who he's showing us is really who he is now, 5 years later, I think that this is somebody I could get behind her being with. By the same token, I want her to go to Paris and choose herself.
That picture of Conrad at the bathtub.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Why does he look so much hotter in the show than he does in real life?
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. And I'm a little bit like, Belly.
No, I know. Well, you need to watch
who's watching the show.
Who?
Aunt Julie.
Oh, I bet that. And I bet she loves it.
She goes, you will never believe what I'm watching.
Oh, I love that. Well, I need to text her because I have actually some awesome intel on the show. But anyway, okay. So back to Taylor. I loved the caption, your English teacher and your gym teacher getting married. I loved it. I think it's so classic Taylor. I think that the photos are beautiful. I think the setup was beautiful. I am dying to know these things. 1, did she know? 2, how long have they been engaged? 3, did Taylor have input on the ring? Or did Travis fully like take this on himself? 5, what did the conversation go like between Travis and Scott?
Right.
Okay. 6.
Did he ask Scott?
Of course.
When, no. When, like, around the time, like did he ask?
When
like,
did he ask?
When you think about surgery, like, when did that happen?
Oh my God. Wait. Yes, exactly. Like, I wonder if that is when he did it, just in case. Oh my God. Crazy. I also want to know, like, okay, what's the timeline here? What is the timeline? I can't wait. I hope that she will let us be privy to her wedding plans. Do you think she's having a wedding party?
Yes. Will Blake be in it?
Well, here's the other thing. Today is Blake's birthday.
Let's just say if this had been 2 years ago, her wedding party would have been Blake, Selena, Abigail,
Lena's
officiating.
Lord, Ella.
Well, not 2 years
No,
ago.
I guess they can't. Okay, sorry, 2 years.
I'm not thinking squad. I'm thinking pre Blake Lively drama.
So Lena,
Selena, Blake,
Selena, Abigail,
Lena, Cara,
Zoe Kravitz.
Okay, wait. Question. Cause oh my gosh, me and Mimi just talked about this because we saw the pictures of Zoe and Harry in Rome, and this creates an interesting wrinkle.
Oh, and the Taylor Swift time continuum.
And it gets crazier. And it gets crazier
okay,
because Jason Sudeikis is really good friends with the Kelce brothers. So that means that, in theory, and this is absolute theory, Zoe Kravitz could be at the wedding. Harry Styles is her +1. Jason Sudeikis is invited. Well, no, I don't think he's bringing Olivia Wilde, but that does mean that
he's not bringing her. But
yes, but they're.
Oh, but he and Harry. Oh, yeah.
He and Harry, and then also Zoe Kravitz is friends with Olivia Wilde, or was.
Oh my God.
So isn't that crazy? And
yes.
me and Mimi just were like, oh my God, think about the Taylor and Travis wedding a couple days ago. Crazy. Anyway, what I was going to say was, okay, the wedding party. Zoe could be in the party. I don't know. Sophie Turner's getting invited.
Sophie Turner's invited, and Taylor's doing a bachelorette, not just for the bridal party. She's inviting all of her friends. And it's
going to be like a 4th of July
Sophie's
party.
there, Margaret Qualley's there, Zoe's there. All the Haim sisters are at the bachelorette. None of them are in the wedding party. And if they are, it's Esty.
But I'm thinking 2 years ago, then the flower people would have been Blake's kids.
Yeah. Okay, Blake is still invited to the wedding. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you think? I don't think it's out of the question that she could be in it.
I don't either.
Depending on when the wedding is.
Do you think it's crazy that she dropped this on Blake's birthday? Because some people are saying that.
Well, I think it all depends on when this happened.
I think if Blake cares about that, that's crazy.
I agree.
And I don't
especially because it's not like it's like a big birthday. It's like
here's what I need. I need Blake to either post a congratulations post to Taylor.
Let me look at her story.
Or I need her to send Taylor flowers, and I need to see the flowers on a story, on Taylor's story.
Here's what
I need. That's what I need from these girls, from these A-listers.
Wait.
I also
for a second, Leslie's account didn't come up, and I was like, does she not have? Did she deactivate?
Of course she does. I need to point out though, like again, we're not still talking about the Blake Justin stuff.
Well, she's only been reposting her happy birthday posts.
Okay, but however, like Blake continues to not look bad in the Blake and if you're not keeping up, then you might not know that, and you might think you're Team Justin. But I am just letting you know. I haven't been talking about it, but there is a ton of stuff that's still happening. Other castmates being named. We're getting a lot of unsealed documents naming complaints from one Jenny Slate that was actually made on set, naming HR complaints that were known about by Wayfarer that were discussed in emails, and then they go on and say they had no idea. Discussing the hundreds of thousands of dollars they paid Jed to go on Reddit under unverified accounts and start theories of like these are things we're still getting.
It continues to shock me that they didn't think that all of this would
Isabella Ferrer, is that her name?
The young
girl who played young
actress.
Blake. She's now like being harassed. She just said that Justin Baldoni has been harassing her since all of this stuff because Blake subpoenaed her, but only for like the things that she really needed. And then Wayfarer just basically did like another subpoena on her, where so she's gonna have to go through the entire process again for things that she already provided and things that they don't actually need that aren't actually crucial. Like they were like, we want everything from these dates, every conversation you had with Blake Lively at all during these dates, every conversation you had with anyone during these dates, where Blake was like, can I have like these specific things? So it was a lot less work like for her to do, but also Isabella's like, I'm not fucking paying a legal fee so that I can do a subpoena that I already fucking did for this case. And then Justin's like harassing her about it, so she came forward about that. These are things that are happening now, and it's amazing that there's
that now we're not talking. Now it's like not
Justin, and we're not talking about it, so nobody's seeing all that stuff. But I do just want to say, like, there's also a chance Friedman won't be allowed in court. That
Good.
they like, that is now coming up where like they're like, he shouldn't be allowed in the courtroom because of the way that he's been handling himself. Like that's how where it has gone. Okay. So I'm just saying, I don't actually think there's a big reason for Taylor to not like Blake.
Well, I
like
also think it's
Taylor
so
wasn't
interesting-
actually subpoenaed, right? Like it was thrown out.
And it's so interesting that at the exact time that the tide starts to turn and how the court is viewing the case or how things are starting to play out and what's being found, it starts not being talked about as much.
I know.
It's almost
classic.
like people were being paid.
It's
talk
it's
about
almost as though there was an organized smear funded
campaign.
smear campaign. Yeah, that would be crazy. But I do just think that maybe there's beef. Maybe they're not as close. I keep going back to the godmother argument. I don't think Taylor's cutting Blake out of her life. I don't think they're not friends. I think there's a really good chance Blake is at the wedding or, as Phoebe said, in it. Like
Abigail's maid of honor, though.
I think that Taylor and Blake
Andrea,
are
she's maid of honor.
Oh, she's maid of honor. And they're Scott and Andre are both walking her down the aisle also. Both of them for sure.
Caroline said that as though she was the
Haim girls are playing her down the aisle. They're not in it because they are performing.
Right.
No, I'm serious. That would be perfect.
What song do we think they're playing?
I don't know that we've heard it yet. I wonder if it's a song Taylor writes for Travis that the Haim sisters do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm planning this wedding. Okay, I'm planning this freaking wedding. Yeah, I just nailed it. You're acting like you don't think that's a great idea. I think that would be beautiful.
It would. I don't know that I would want to be played down the aisle by Haim, though.
Well, you wouldn't.
But do you think Taylor? It's not like, I don't know. It's not
well,
like
if she's looking for a way to get them involved. No, it's not their song. It wouldn't be. They do a cover of a song that Taylor chose, but it would be the three of them performing it.
Yes,
and it would be stunning. But they're not going to sing their own song.
I'll trust your vision.
Okay, thanks. Anyway, or it's Lorde singing "What Was That."
There's no either or.
That's it. Those are the only two options. Or it's Kylie Kelce doing a podcast, a live podcast.
Oh my gosh, Kylie Kelsey's podcast. She just had Hannah Einbinder on, and it was so funny. She played this. There's this video of Hannah Einbinder before she became of Hacks fame, and it's her and her dad after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and she and her dad are like plastered on the street, and she gets a camera and a microphone in her face, and she starts like crying about how excited she is that the Eagles just won and how exciting this is for the city and all this stuff. And she said that what the video doesn't show is that her dad went behind an alleyway as they were walking home and like had a moment of prayer to his dad and like people that had died that were also Eagles fans, and he goes, "This one's for you."
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was awesome.
I honestly really like Kylie Kelce and her whole attitude on our podcast.
Me too.
There, I said it. Sorry, I'm just doing something while I finish this. Okay, so anywho, that's what I want to say about the Taylor wedding. Do we have any other thoughts on the engagement before we move on to the Love Island reunion?
I just don't think we have enough information. Yeah.
No, but more to come, you guys. I mean, we're going to be talking about this as long as we possibly can.
Sorry.
So. And we'll probably be at the wedding to cover it. if I had to guess. So anyway, all right, let's move on to this Love Island reunion. Holy freaking moly, 2 hours of pure bliss.
Well, pure bliss isn't how I would describe it, but it was 2 hours, and I was shocked it was 2 hours. Not because I didn't think that there was. I do think there was. I wish they had edited it. It could have been condensed, I think. Andy made it, and I'm like, part of me thinks based on what Andy said, I'm like, was there better footage than what you guys included in the 2 hours? Like, I wanted the real. Andy was acting like this was like intense.
Fighting. The girls were fighting. Yeah. So, a few things. Sorry, I just have to finish this one little thing I'm doing. I took a bunch of notes, but I did feel like I've watched it twice, obviously. Second watch through, skipped a lot of the stuff because I was like, I don't care, honestly, and I feel bad to say it. The Hannah stuff, I just was like,
I agree.
Hate it for you, but like I'm not that affected by it. I was way more interested in the people I really cared about were Iris and Pepe because of what's been going on, which we're going to get into. Amaya and Bryan, Nicolandria, Huda, Ace, and Shelly. Those are the people that I really like cared to hear from.
My
so
question,
notes.
My frustration just about the reunion in general and the setup of it. I think because of the way Love Island is, it's like it's happening in real time. I think they need to push the reunion to 6 months after, because it's not enough time for it to be like, because like, or at least even a little bit longer.
That's just
because
tough though.
I don't know. I just
these
think
emotions need to be raw. You know, they
but
don't
what I'm
need
saying
to. But that's
is
how the whole show is.
We're missing the breakups. Like, it's just enough time for them to all be happy couples at the reunion. Whereas, like, if they had waited even a month to do it, we could have been getting information about these unfollowings.
I'm not gonna lie. I do think these breakups were timed on purpose. Like, these men who are ruining things with these women they don't deserve, they knew they didn't want to have that going into the reunion. You know what I mean? So I do think like there might have been a little bit of Kenny Rodriguez sort of like playing bullshit where they're like, I will hold it out as long as I can. Let's get past this reunion so that I don't have to answer for my sins. And now there's never going to be an opportunity because everything sort of died down. I do think that because this show is done in real time, it's like we need their emotions in real time. If we give them too long, it will all seem ridiculous to them, you know, and they will come back with the cleaned up stuff, which there was some cleaned up stuff, but it didn't really hold up because of how little time had passed. For example, Huda coming in with her prep responses and, I've done so much growth in the past month and whatever. And Andy coming back and saying, it's been 1 month and you're a completely different person. So I feel like if it had been a year, she could still say that. It could still not mean anything, but we would have to accept it, you know?
Guess that's true.
So let's get into it. First of all, what a joy to see Andy and Ariana hosting this together. I was not sure how it was going to go or how I was going to like it because I was like, I want Andy to still acknowledge that this is Ariana's space. Like, this is her arena. You are a guest here. And I feel like he did. I feel like, and I didn't sense any sort of annoyance from her that he was there at all.
No,
I felt like it was a
my
privilege. Yeah. Because we know she's been known to have a little bit of a chip on her shoulder at times in the past, especially when it comes to Bravo and to Andy. So, and I think part of that is that she puts on this like host persona for Love Island. So she was acting a little bit, but
it's kind of like
they were great together.
Like, I think this happens a lot with reality TV generally, is like part of it's like in that arena I am annoyed with you. And I think that but outside of it, there's like more of a respect for each other. Yes.
Well, and honestly, Ariana probably has so much more respect for Andy now that she has lived all these lives she's lived since Scandival, you know? And she's probably like, look at the bullshit you've had to put up with for years. I only have to do it for the summer and like I'm exhausted, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, and I think also like hosting is one of those things that maybe on the surface looks like it's not really a skill, but like that's a really
and frankly
difficult thing to do.
If you had shown me this Ariana versus like season 2 Vanderpump Ariana, it's like, how is she?
That's not the same
that?
person. Yeah, 100%.
But then we should have been reminded that she has mad sketch comedy skills and she takes
she takes it really seriously, and so she's gonna take everything that she attacks really seriously. Let's start with Iris and Pepe. So also, I just have to say, like, yes, I think Pepe's a hot guy. But looking at him at this reunion, I was like, you look crazy. Your face looks crazy. He's got the slits in both of his eyebrows. He's got the weird little goatee. He's got the, like, pube mustache. Like, he looks crazy. He looks like somebody that is trying extremely hard. And now knowing what I know, I'm like, okay, accurate assessment, I guess.
What do we know?
All right, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. So they're basically, he and Iris are exclusive. He's on this reunion talking about how like she thinks he needs to ask.
He's like ready to be. It seems like, I mean, I'm on Iris's side. I do think it's like she seems to have like a perfectly normal expectation for what goes into a relationship. But I understand, like, his demeanor and what he's saying about it makes me feel like he's like ready to be boyfriend girlfriend, because he's like,
that is 100% how I saw it.
So he like sees exclusive as boyfriend girlfriend.
And in the
She
year
doesn't.
2025, like that's just not the case, because you and I can be hooking up and then we're like, okay, let's not see other people, but
Especially
we still
from the
haven't
show.
said I'm your girlfriend. And I will say, as Pepe, I think there must be a little bit of a reason that he was like, oh, well, if, you know, I don't see it as a big deal. In my mind, we're already boyfriend and girlfriend, so why wouldn't you just ask her? Oh, I know, because if you are actually boyfriend and girlfriend, then you have to actually break up. That implies a greater level of responsibility. Now, not saying that them being exclusive didn't mean he wasn't supposed to sleep with anybody else, but I do feel like putting that label on it, it's just a different kind of sentiment. I don't know. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do.
And so
But do
for
we
him,
know-
I'm like, if you want that and you
Right.
don't think there's a difference, then what's the holdup? Why won't you just do what she wants you to do and ask her?
Mhm.
Or is it because you don't actually want that label, because you want the freedom to say, well, she wasn't my girlfriend and she didn't want to be she said, you know, I thought we were, but she said I had to ask her, and so she didn't want it as much as me, or something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
putting it on her a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what happened is some girl, and I wanted to get her name, or I did get her name. I'm not going to say it, but I wanted to get who exactly she was, and I can't find it. But this girl, she's like a sports broadcaster or something, and she posted on her Snapchat to her close friends a Snapchat of her face that says, had sex with Pepe in the hotel lobby last night and now have to work with him all day, gonna be sick.
Oh my god.
And she put that on her close friends. It was obviously spread around.
Well, she's got an op. She's got an op on there.
Oh my God. She's got a major. I always think, I'm like, who? I look at my close friends list. Who's the snitch? If I post something, who's the snitch? And you got to weed those people out.
I should do some cleaning up on there.
Yeah. Speaking. Okay. This is a wake up call for some of us.
Just in case I ever sleep with Pepe.
Just in case I ever overshare and say something insane like that, I want to make sure it's close friends only, trustworthy friends only. But yeah, so she posted that. Iris's friends then unfollow Pepe. Iris unfollows Pepe on Sunday, August 24th. Pepe's now unfollowed Iris. Iris is deleting all their photos together. Like, it's clear to me things
Did
are
you
over.
see the TikTok that TJ made to that like sound that it's
No.
like someone like acting like they're crying, and then there's a beat in the song where they're like, ah. And he was like,
I just did that trend. The like you cover your face, and then
he does that. He did that right after
that's
the
funny.
news
Well,
came out that they unfollowed.
And then we saw Iris's fresh French Manny on her story. Oh, what do we see pop up on TJ's Snap story? Holding a gigantic pickle. Iris's fresh French Manny. So I think they were hanging out like the next day. They were hanging out
Honestly,
yesterday,
good for
day
them.
of the reunion. Good for them. Good for them. Look, he waited it out. Maybe he got his girl. At the very least, maybe he's gonna help her get over Pepe. But like,
yeah,
Pepe,
because the
how
thing about
dare
Love Island is
you?
it's like it's not like the Bachelorette. It's also not like
No.
Bachelor in Paradise, where like they're expected. There's more of like a love level to these relationships that I think the audience expects. Whereas like Love Island, it's like these are a bunch of. I mean, I know they're not college age, but like it feels
Yeah.
like college, where it's like we're not super invested in each other. So like I'm annoyed that you did this, and it like makes me
Right.
upset, and I'm angry, but like I wasn't in love with you. So
right, exactly.
I'm just gonna
Well,
keep it pushing.
I know. I'm excited for more information. I hope that we get it. But I'm just like, Pepe, how stupid can you be? Like, you actually majorly fumbled. He introduced her to his parents. It was like a whole thing. I just think it's crazy. So speaking of couple drama, let's talk about Bryan and Amaya, because
Mhm.
they have also both unfollowed each other
Right.
yesterday. Oh my God.
I'll
A
be so
second plane
pissed.
has hit the towers. Like, what? This feels crazy to me, especially because I just publicly on the podcast gave him my endorsement.
Right. Do we have any information about this?
We don't have
with
any
Bri- with
information,
Iris and
but we
Pepe?
have what they addressed on the reunion, which I think matters here. So if you recall, there was a video of Bryan from like a club appearance he made where he was pouring shots. I don't remember. I saw the video. I don't know if he was like flirting or checking girls out or
Here's
what
what I
it was.
have
There
to
was
say, and I
something
might-
there people didn't like.
I am convinced I didn't see the video everybody was talking about,
Okay.
because I saw the same video you did of him.
Okay, and I was like,
it looks like he was exactly what they described. And I'm not taking
Mhm.
Bryan because we don't know the full story, and we don't
Yeah.
like whatever. And maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like he was paid with the other Love Island guys
Mhm.
to do an appearance at a club, And like that, I could see Kyle
part of
Cook
it.
doing that. Like I could like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not like he was like making out. Not that Kyle Cook is the standard, but like you know what I mean. Like it, I could see him and Amanda being in an okay place and him still doing something like that. And
100%.
It's not like Bryan was like dancing on her or like pouring like and then kissing her like doing. It didn't seem.
Unless we saw a different video.
I didn't see it and think that, oh my God,
provide
he's
the
cheating
link.
on her.
Yeah. No, I know. And I think that also I want to believe what Amaya said, how she's like, I'm not the kind of girl that's going to be with somebody that's going to disrespect me like
when she said that.
You know, and I believe her. But I will say, I thought that Chris's reaction was a little sus because they look over to Chris and they're like, okay, so, you know, Bryan, you have this moment. And Bryan uses the word, I had a lapse of judgment, which I thought was interesting. And Amaya's just like kind of nervous laughing. And Andy catches it. He's like, well, what? What was the lapse of judgment? And
him
Bryan
saying that felt a little bit like he was just trying to take, and I'm not trying to defend him at all, but I could see it. If I'm trying to see the best in him, I wonder if it was his way of being like, I don't want someone to even say that I didn't try to take accountability for it, so I'm gonna like, it's a way to own up to it fully. It's
a way for him to be like, hey, what I did, even though I wasn't making out with anybody or whatever, it was still too flirty, or obviously it was still a lapse of judgment because people took it the way that they did. So obviously it was whatever. But at the same time, it sort of felt like, yeah, well, if it's the video that you and I saw, like, and it's a story that he's telling on this stage where he's like, I was just pouring shots and stuff, like, then why would you say what was the lapse of judgment?
Right.
So then Andy looks at Chris and says, well, you were there with him that night. What did you see? And Chris goes, I didn't see shit.
No, I thought that was weird, but here's what I'll say. If it was one of the other guys on stage who said that, I would have really clocked it. I did, not that I didn't clock it. I was like, that's kind of, that's what you would say if your buddy was doing something you shouldn't have done. But the way Chris gives, like, he wanted it to be a little bit dirty and messy and like not quite.
But also, I felt like if there was a time with Chris in the villa that he was like, I want Bryan and I to win this fucking thing and leave with our bitches, whatever it takes. And like, that's why Chris wouldn't break up with Huda. He was going to make her do it. Like, it was like, he was going to be in there, like teeth sunk into the end, and because he wanted to get to the end. And I almost feel like he and some of the Casa boys, specifically Bryan, like had those conversations, which is part of why I didn't totally believe Bryan in the beginning, but then he did win me over. And maybe Bryan's intentions in the beginning weren't pure, you know, that's totally possible that they developed over time. But I just felt like I could see Chris being like, I will have your back, do whatever you want to do, get your bag. Like, that's kind of the attitude I get from Chris now. Like, I see
totally
him differently.
I agree. But I think because he has that attitude, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if nothing happened and he's still acting like that.
Yeah, true.
Like,
that is the other thing, is like, I could
like
just
kind
be,
of a jerky
it's
kind
the way
of
he
way.
speaks.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm also like I think that, who else was there though? There were other people. Why did we only ask Chris what he saw?
I think like Zach was also there. Zach, who why the fuck would we? But I honestly, all those any boy, I don't know why we trust any boy. I think they would all fucking cover for each other.
I'm also just like, if I believe with the amount of time I spend on my phone, if there was a video of Bryan doing something super, super damning or damaging to the relationship, I would have seen it.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Get it off your chest. Get it
off on my desk. Yeah, get it on my desk, you know? We would have seen it. Which,
by the way, I meant to circle back with Addie as she put in her predictions for the album.
We will check in, and it's midnight. She obviously nailed midnight. Is truly
that's one of my favorite moments of my life, probably.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. Anyway, I don't know. They, I guess, cleared up these club rumors there. Things seemed good there, but now they've unfollowed. So I hope it's a misunderstanding and they were just doing it to fan the flames of the reunion, but I just don't feel that that's what was happening there. And Amaya posted from the reunion and Bryan's not in any of her photos.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Amaya did look like an absolute angel though. Okay, let's move on to Huda, because I have a lot to say about Huda. Let's start with her and Chris. So I gotta be for real here. I thought Chris was giving bitch boy.
Oh, for sure.
Like, which is also what he was giving in the villa, and I kind of forgot that with some time.
And I think that's why his answer about the Bryan and Amaya thing was like, he just gives like he's too good for this.
Yeah,
and
he's
like, it's
so why I could have been playing ball overseas vibes. Like, okay, then go. He also was like, you're not dressed appropriately. Dress up for this. Hello, you're in the presence of Andy Cohen. Have some respect. And I feel like a few people needed that memo.
I'm
on
also
the
like,
stage.
okay, and I'm not an Ace defender, but like Ace came. I think he looked like a guard for the Wizard of Oz.
For the Wizard of Oz.
However, he was dressed for the occasion.
He was dressed. And honestly, it's exactly what I expect from Ace. He said, I'm going to show up respectful and dressed for the occasion in my own way that is a little bit questionable, but like still works and shows that I have respect for what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris, I mean, even in the beginning when Andy's like, how are you guys feeling being here? And Huda's like, I'm fine. And Chris is like, it's weird for me. Why is it weird for you? Especially finding out that she called you a few days ago. All the weirdness should be what is weird?
I think it was, I kept being like, why are you? It's like he
so
wanted his
mad
like
at her.
clip. Like
I know.
You treated her terribly. And then like she's trying to be like, it's not weird. It's not like it's fine.
I know.
Like,
and he like,
we're here.
Will you
we
guys
have
be
to
friends?
do this.
No. His answer, no. Like he just.
What did she do that was so terrible to you, Chris? Like there's
I
plenty
know.
of questionable behavior there.
You guys were both shitty to each other. Yes, I mean, I can't get behind Huda. There's something
No,
about
me
I just
either.
like I can't. But by the same token, I can't get behind Chris because I don't think that
Which
either
is
of
why
them.
I think that's what's
acted
it's
right.
like with Michelle and Jesse on the Valley. It's like
yeah.
it should be so easy for me to like Michelle. It should be so easy to take Chris or Huda's side, but they both
They
are
both
like
make it
terrible.
hard for the other. Yeah. So I just felt like he seemed like he was being kind of dramatic with the whole thing, especially finding out they
I
had
agree,
this
and that's
phone
why
call.
the dichotomy of him being so nonchalant, but then also like it's like, do you want to be here or not?
Exactly. Seems like you want your 15 minutes, you want your bag, but you're also like so above this, and this is also below you. I don't know. So there was that. Then let's talk about legally I can't speak about my relationships because of Netflix. I thought Andy Cohen was going to stand up over there and swat her.
No, I was like, you're talking to Andy Cohen.
Do you know who you're speaking to? And
Also,
Ariana's face, I would die. When I rewatched it, I was like, I would die for Ariana. I was like, oh, really? Like it was like early VPR Ariana.
I'm literally just like, Huda, you're about to
born
go on
fucking
too
cool,
hot
babe.
to handle, and who cares?
Well, wait,
Who
is she?
cares? No, but I'm just saying it's gonna be one of the like.
Well, here's why. I'll tell you
One
why.
of these Netflix shows that it's like, who?
It's
cares?
Perfect Match.
No, but
It's literally the show that already was airing. That's why she's saying this.
So she's
Because
going. She's on this season.
No, she's dating a guy who's on it.
Oh, so it's not even like she's on the show.
No,
That
she's
makes it so much
dating
worse.
Louis from Perfect Match.
Because I was like, oh my
who's
god,
known to be a fuckboy. He's one of Miguel's friends
Wait,
from
this
last
is
season
so
Love
funny.
Island. I
Because
know.
in my brain, I was like, oh, she's about to go on one of these like
going on. She
Netflix
signed
like
an NDA,
second-rate dating shows.
No.
And that's why Andy was like, well, you can tell Netflix this was the
I
number
know.
one rated show on Peacock.
I wonder if that's what he thought. Like, if that's what
that's
he
what,
thought.
that's where my mind immediately. But I didn't know that. I hadn't seen that.
She went. I don't know if it was the Perfect Match.
And you could tell
premiere,
all
but
the girls
she
were so
went,
annoyed. They're like,
everybody
okay,
was like
Huda,
Pepe's
okay.
face, everyone's face. They're like, oh my god. And you could tell she couldn't wait to say that. She had that prepped and ready and locked and loaded. She was like, I can't speak on my relationships for legal reasons.
And she still didn't like eat with it. Like it
No.
still didn't land in the way
It fell
that, like,
flat. And that's like everything she says. But she always believes she eats. And that is why she's like, I will always be successful because no matter what, everyone in this room can be laughing at me, rolling their eyes. I know I ate. Like that's just the way she walks through this world. I'm jealous of the delusion. But yeah, I think that, well, so what it is she's seeing this guy, Louis, who is friends with Miguel. And there's been a lot of talk about how Louis is a major clout chaser. And like that he's like not a good dude.
Miguel's friends are questionable.
Yeah, his Miguel's friends are definitely questionable. He didn't really show up well on the Perfect Match. Like, I mean, he's known for being kind of like a massive fuckboy on these shows. So he's on this season with Clayton, with Rachel. Like that's the season. I think so. No, I'm on Nightmare.
Okay.
Anyway, so she attended a red carpet event with him. They held hands on a red carpet.
I'm on Nightmare.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, because I did yes.
Okay. Anyway, be here now.
Sorry, you made me think of. I just need to write it down.
But I don't know if it was the Perfect Match reunion or Perfect Match premiere or what, but they attended something. So like they've been seen out and about multiple times together. They've been snapped by paparazzi. They were on a red carpet, and now she's coming on here saying she can't talk about that. So they were like, well, you were just photographed with somebody. Can you talk about that?
I think
No, I
that's also
can't.
why like Andy doesn't play those games.
Like it's not her show. It's not Huda's show. That's another reason she can't. It's because her fucking man, her boyfriend show. I can't tell you.
And it's like, but he can take you to carpets. It's like,
yeah.
Okay,
and he'll
so
be holding hands, so we obviously know
legal
how the show
reasons?
played out.
Legal
So why
reasons
would
for
you
who?
talk about it here? I don't, and it doesn't seem like Huda not want to talk about it. So I'm like, I wonder.
Well, I think
but-
she didn't want to maybe answer for being in a new relationship quite yet.
Yeah.
But she still was super excited to be like, for legal reasons.
Oh yeah,
I
she
can't-
was
I
like,
can't
this is the most A-list response I could
Literally.
possibly have to this question. Her response to the Hurricane Huda montage had me dying. Like she was laughing like it was comedy hour. It was her SNL audition reel. And I'm just like, I mean, it is funny for me, but the fact that she sees it as funny is
It
kind
should
of
just be so
funny.
embarrassing.
Oh my God. And everyone's reactions, like no one is laughing with you, girl. They're all like, what the fuck? It's especially the clip of her like in the bed, like I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to Chris, like some bad moments for her that she is throwing her head back and laughing at. She thinks everything she does is the funniest thing that's ever been done. And that is, she pisses me off. She cannot live in reality for one moment. It just is crazy. Let's talk about Huda and Shelly. So, couple things. One thing I want to start this whole thing off by saying is I do think Huda should have spoken up on the racial mistreatment and racially motivated bullying that Alandria and Shelly were getting online.
It just would have been so easy for her to do.
So easy. Just as easy as it was for her to go say she didn't get a BBL, just as easy as it was for her to go online and defend her saying the thing about the Netflix. Like she did that yesterday on Instagram. Defended her making that statement, but you still couldn't say anything about that. The things that were being put online, they involved Huda. It wasn't just like Shelly and Alandria were the target of this kind of hate and Huda wasn't. And I know Huda should have said something. It was Huda's fans. It was happening from Huda HQ accounts, and Huda's face was in these photos with them. It's not appropriate. Huda should have said something. She had an opportunity last night to say something as well. She didn't. I don't respect it. I don't respect her standing up there and saying, well, I was also getting racially motivated. Like, okay, Huda, it's not the same. I'm sorry. What you experience is not comparable to what these girls experienced. And I think it's ugly that you can't realize that. So that's the first thing I want to say. But the next thing I want to say is that I do think Shelly has mean girl tendencies.
I agree too. And
I'm sorry.
I want to any heat I have. I don't really have any for Alandria. Alandria seems mild-tempered. She seems like she is willing to kind of hear Huda's side, and I think there's just a maturity to Alandria that I think Shelly and I think Shelly's not self-aware. Like when they watched back that scene, I'm like,
oh my God.
If you guys had been standing, and again, I don't like Huda very much at all.
Yeah.
But it's like if I was Huda and I was over there working out in a bikini in front of all these people.
Oh my God.
And it looked like all this group of people were looking at me and laughing and talking and like whatever, I would feel uncomfortable. And then what I will say is like you don't see yourselves in that clip where you are talking about her, looking at her, and then you see her doing the poses, you make a comment about that and you go, I think she thinks we're like over here looking at her talking.
We're not.
You are doing that.
And
you
like,
are.
We're not. Like, yeah, it's exactly what's happening. And it is mean. You guys are standing here watching her and you go, oh, look, she's over there posing for you guys because she thinks you're like being fun friends and you're actually talking shit. One of the few moments I actually felt bad for Huda. That was one of them. I felt like they showed back the conversation where Huda was like, hey, I want to bring Chris back because I want to get to know him, but it also, works out for you. Shelly is saying before, she's like, all you said, Huda, was like, I'm doing this for you, for you, for you. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. And then you got to know him and I was blindsided. I mean, I'm sorry. We watched that whole fucking clip. It is. And I'm giving it to Huda. It's exactly what Huda said happened.
Is how Shelly still sees it as a win for her.
Shelly's like, well, I think there were other clips that weren't shown because we had that conversation a lot. Regardless whether or not you did, this conversation, Huda is saying to you, I want to get to know Chris. It also works for you. But let me bang no bones about it. I like him. He likes me. I want to get to know him. I'm going to bring him back. Now, Shelly continuously said, I understand. Did it look like Shelly agreed? No. Did it seem like Shelly was particularly thrilled? know. Like, it didn't
Right.
seem like Shelly was like, oh, this is
But
a great
that was your
plan.
opportunity to
But
say
you
that
did
you
understand. Yeah, exactly. You told her over and over. You
and you
understood.
know
So you
Huda to
can't
be
claim
someone
you
who's
didn't.
kind of Huda is a listener, not a seer. She's not
Huda's-
picking up on your body language or maybe your
Yes.
tone. She's just hearing that you're okay with it. So like
you have to tell her point blank. If you're not cool with it and
Say
you
it.
don't say it, you cannot expect her to know that.
exactly.
She is too wrapped up in herself. She has the Aria disease. She does not have the self-awareness to see any sort of reaction that you're having that isn't the words you were saying. And even then, sometimes she's not going to get them, you know?
Mhm.
But the fact that Shelly's like, well, that's just not what. And I was like, this is not a good
It's not
moment for Shelly.
ending
really.
up the way she thought it would.
No. But I do totally buy that Shelly and Ace did not have a relationship
Yeah, I
prior to
agree.
this. I think we can stop talking about, are they scammers? Like,
Yeah, I don't think so.
they'll probably
either.
be together forever. But honestly, it makes more sense now because Shelly is a lot older than Ace. I think it makes more sense. Like, she doesn't seem as old as she is, you know? So it makes sense that she would kind of, and
That it
Ace
works.
seems a little older than he is.
They kind of
So I think they kind of meet in the middle that way. Yeah. Okay. What else do I have here?
the heart rate challenge.
Oh, the heart rate challenge. Okay, can I be crazy? Like, was it that much worse than what we
Okay,
saw?
thank you. I actually texted someone my opinions on it and then like had anxiety after, and I'm like, are they gonna think I'm
What did they say?
insane? No, they agreed with me. But
Okay.
I was like,
I mean, it's what we thought. It's what we already filled in the blanks for ourselves.
exactly. But here's my thing that is troublesome to me about Shelly. Two things. One, what Chris was doing was basically somewhat similar to what.
We just the camera didn't focus on it, so we don't even really know
Exactly.
what Chris was doing.
But my other thing is, maybe I think this is coming from a place of insecurity with Shelly because Ace looked into it. Ace was super
into it. We cannot forget that Ace and Huda had a fucking weird unspoken thing from day one. They did. And I think they were both looking for moments that they could get away with getting physical with each other, you know, scratching that itch in a challenge so that they didn't have to explore it on another level.
Right. And the way that like when she turned around and started twerking in his face.
Yeah, that was an opportunity for
like-
Ace to put his hand, you know,
But
do
instead,
anything.
he like put his hand on her and was like into it.
Like he was so into it the whole time. And also like the making out, because there's one thing for me to be giving, for me, Caroline, to be giving somebody a lap dance, for me to be twerking on it or something
Right.
like that. You know, that's one thing. But for us to be engaging in it and it's a mutual thing.
And I
mean,
think
again, they talked about it
it's-
last night. Of course it was consensual. That's not what I mean. I mean a mutual,
right.
both of our lips are moving and our tongues are in each other's mouth. We're literally swapping spit.
I think for Shelly, to me, the reason it's annoying and doesn't quite make sense to me is because it feels like misplaced frustration and anger.
Yeah.
That she could be like, well, why were you letting her do all this,
Mhm.
Ace? Like, why were you like, what? Why didn't you try to stop her from kissing
Yeah.
you? Why didn't you try to stop her when her mouth was going too far up your leg? Like, why did
Because
you?
we know Ace will speak up for himself. You
Mhm.
know, if Ace isn't like what's happening, Ace will tell you. So I have no doubt that Ace would have been like, that's enough, you know, and he would have not reciprocated. So Huda wouldn't have kept going back for more, you know. Now, did Huda take it too far? Sure. Yeah. Okay.
but that's
whatever.
kind of like.
But it's
I have a
not
tough
like we
time having
didn't
it-
see.
I also just have a tough time taking issue with that on this kind of show and this kind of challenge when all of
Yeah.
you were doing crazy stuff.
And one of my issues too is that Shelly has zero smoke for Ace over this.
Yes,
It's
that's exactly
all
what I'm
for
saying.
Huda.
Is
Yeah.
that she's not like it's misplaced anger. She's
Mhm.
insecure about how Ace felt
Yeah.
about that interaction or how
Mhm.
she's perceiving that he did, which I
Which
think
is,
correct.
I think her perception is 100% accurate. Yeah.
I agree, and she's blaming it on her. Like Huda shouldn't have done that. It's
Yeah.
not Ace should have put his hand up and stopped it. It's you shouldn't have been
Mhm.
doing that.
Right. Precisely.
When it's literally a challenge. And also, Shelly, you're the one who's like, and I don't remember the timeline exactly, but for most of the show, Shelly was like not ready to be exclusive with Ace.
This brings me to my next point. Another qualm I'm having with Shelly. Shelly says in the beginning, when they're talking about how Ace and Shelly were not the winners, they were kicked off, whatever. Shelly says, I think people forgot the plot of the show.
Ugh.
This is Love Island. We're supposed to be making connections, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
You mean the plot
But-
you changed?
when we're having the conversation about who should go home when we voted Hannah out,
Mm-hmm.
all the girls are like, well, Hannah and Pepe have a real connection. I don't want to break that up for her. And Shelly says, I'm not sold on us making this decision based on connections we should be exploring. So which is it?
Mm-hmm.
When it suits
And same
your
with
narrative.
It's Ace and Shelly are upset that the audience
Yeah.
started to pick up on
Yeah.
the way the system that they set up early on. And Ace helped with the Jeremiah, sending Jeremiah home.
Yeah, I don't want to give Austin any credit for anything last night because was he on drugs? Like what
Dude,
was going on?
I texted my friend and I said, Austin is I think he might have memory loss because there's something eerily earnest about his stupidity.
I know, but I think he's just really that good at being dumb, and like that's how he just probably wreaks havoc on so many fucking women. Like, and it just works on them because they're like, he's not smart enough to like purposely drag me through hell. No, I think he is. I think he's just also a really good actor. But he's stupid, and he's just, I don't know why it works for him. I don't get it. He's a fucking monster, in my opinion. He's just grody to me. But he literally looked over at someone and goes, it's what did he say? The system you created, when they're talking about Ace and how like everyone's calling him the ringleader and blah, 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 and talking about the connection thing. And they're like, it's the system you created.
Right, exactly.
Same with Shelly. Like, we kicked Hannah out because of the system you created. If I'm Hannah and they're making me watch that entire conversation and everyone's giving different reasons for not sending Hannah home, and at the very end they say, let's all say it at once, and all three of them said Hannah, I was like, this poor and then they're like, okay, well, let's see what America said. Yeah, America also put you at the bottom. So no matter what, Hannah, you were a fucking goner. Like, I would have been off the stage weeping.
Especially when Alandria goes, oh, so it looks like we like did what America wanted, and it's like,
yeah, so okay, great.
Anyway.
You're welcome. We just, it would have hurt more coming from America, so we just did it for you. I just thought that was crazy. Okay, let's chat for a second about
Ace.
Go ahead.
I will never get over the fact that during the season, and I'm a little bit annoyed that the hatred that was put on Amaya by the guys in the villa wasn't really discussed last night, as much as like that to me was such a pivotal point of the summer. And I think that's so much of Amaya's story is like,
yes,
we
it is,
as the viewers rallied around her in that.
Yeah.
And it really irritated the men, and we did not talk about that at all.
No, we didn't.
And I think I don't like that consistently Ace makes himself the victim in that situation, where he's like, when Amaya ended up apologizing to Ace in the villa, and then last night when he's like, and frankly, when this happened, when someone was like, "Is there anything else we all want to talk about?" and he said Amaya's name, I was like, "Oh my gosh." He watched that back and he's gonna apologize for how he treated her. And he said, I don't like what you said when you went on Alex Cooper's podcast about me being short.
This was crazy to me. First of all, men are so fucking fragile. They are such little fragile, weak babies.
You wouldn't last a second in Amaya's shoes, Ace.
No. And out of everything that has been said about you people, the things that you actually give a fuck about are about your height, which is crazy. Like, even when Ace was like, Austin, you called me the little ringleader, and Austin's like, I did not say you were little. Like, it's like, that would be the worst possible thing he could have done. It's just their egos. It's bonkers. But the thing about that is, like, even Amaya saying, well, Ace, I called you and we had a conversation about this, and I told you my team. I had no idea Alex Cooper was going to make that into like sort of a sizzle reel that got people thinking, and I had my team working on it to get that taken down. I never would have condoned that. I called you. I apologized. We talked it out. I don't care for what Ace said about how, well, you call me and behind closed doors we have a private conversation where you apologize, and then it's just like different in public. It's like, well, it was already circulating in public, so that's the one thing. Like, Amaya didn't post it, so she could not physically take it down. Alex Cooper had to be the one to do that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, Ace, aren't the private conversations more meaningful? I mean, it's like, which one is it? Because some people are like, well, you're only apologizing because we're in front of a camera and you want to win America back. Whereas Amaya wasn't even going to bring up that you guys spoke. You're the reason we're finding out that she had a conversation where she called you to take accountability. And you're saying that wasn't enough? Like,
it's so clear that
I don't know.
Amaya is like the only person on that stage who truly doesn't care about America's perception of her.
I know.
She cares. And Ace is one of the Ace, Shelly, Huda. All these people, they're the people that are like thinking about the perception. I think Huda's in an interesting position where like she doesn't have to worry about it as much because her Huda HQ will just,
it's crazy.
they'll just get behind her. They'll just fall in line.
Which I don't.
So it's a little
get.
different. But like with this Ace and Amaya thing, it's like Ace wants to be the victim so badly, so he has to. So maybe the private conversation was fine because he felt like the victim in that moment, and now it's like, well, I want to bring it up here so that I have like this moment where people can be like, oh, it was shitty. She said that, and it's like, no, it wasn't. Also, who cares?
They're just like secretly still so pissed they didn't win because they think they should have won. So they're like, let me just tear down
guys,
all
I hate
these
to
other
break
people.
it to you, Ace and Shelley. If you guys had been in the top 3 or 4,
you still wouldn't have won. You still wouldn't have won. Sorry. What do we think of Nick and Alandria? Are we buying it?
I am. And I'm sold.
You are.
I really like it.
I really like it too. I'm like so nervous about Nick because of the way that he, like, how much it seemed like he liked Sierra, how much it seemed like I think he's a good actor, so I'm a little bit like worried, like if he hurts her, he won't survive it. I'm also just like, I hope that they're so aware of how big the fan base is. I hope that that's not driving this relationship.
I like what he said about Sierra when Ariana was like, have you seen her? And he was like, no, and I don't plan to. I don't like this, and this of what she did.
Yeah. And I do. I mean, I saw some people talking
he actually
about
made
that.
a really good point. He was like, I don't like that so much of her social media presence now is about like reclaiming this, and rather than like actually
let me get
really
what attention I
dealing
can.
with what happened and like why you were kicked out of the villa.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have seen some people talking about, like, I mean, they're like, Nick, you are such a fuckboy. Like, you had sex with Sierra every night and you won't even speak to her when you leave the villa. I do think, like, I understand what he's saying, but there was a time when she wasn't posting like that. And I would say, like, as Sierra, I could understand how that would be.
But wasn't he still in the villa?
Really? I mean, no. There was like he said there was a whole week that he got his mind straight, and then he was going to go talk to her, and then she started posting that stuff. So it's like, I know, I get it, but it just seems like it would have made sense to wrap that up. I know it's a sticky situation, but I do think, like, I don't know why I kind of feel like she was owed the courtesy. Like, they didn't get to say goodbye in the villa. She just was gone.
Yeah, I do think they should have let that happen. I think the production was so afraid that would take up the conversations and like the actual controversy would become the conversation. But I do think their relationship was owed that. To an extent.
I do too. And it would make me feel less like he was just like good at faking it and turning it on and off, you know? But maybe he just never really liked Sierra, and he did like Alandria the whole time. Like, I don't know.
I do hope Alandria stole his phone and did a little Janae check.
Oh, me too. Me fucking too. The other thing is, I loved how he was like, everything that she wants, I want to make it happen. Like, that's where we are right now. Yeah. But again, I'm like, why aren't we boyfriend and girlfriend? What's the delay?
I think it is just like,
we better not get on followings. But their commercial spot last night, I was like, okay, wait. You two are probably getting the most money from this.
I didn't get a single commercial.
Really? Okay, lucky. Well, they had a commercial spot, and it's like Nick jumping in a pool, and he's like her butler or something, and he like brings her a drink, and then they make out on a lawn on like a chase. Yeah,
love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you have any other final thoughts before we wrap up on Love Island?
No. But it was
crazy. Great. I do think Jeremiah and Belle Dasha had sex, and now they're not. And now they're just friends.
Wait,
not Andy going Belle Dash A.
Oh wait, my one.
What do you say,
Belle
A?
One, you know, he goes Belle Dash A. Belle Dash. Like
I
think
he said full A. Belle Dash A. Belle Dasha. Bella. She's like, yeah.
And Andy had to be like, I did watch the show.
I'm like, Andy, do you know like where we are? Like, what's going on here? It is funny.
I loved when she went. This is probably going to be adopted into my vocabulary when she goes, it is time for just Bella.
I know. Hilarious. I really do feel she and Jeremiah had sex or at least hooked up, something or whatever. And then she's still into him and they decided to just be friends. And she's like, you know what? I'm choosing me. I'm like, that's the vibe of this.
One other moment from the reunion was when one of the Casa girls was talking, and Andy was like, okay, like either gonna ask a follow-up question or like was ready to move on, and she goes, no, I'm gonna talk.
Oh, Coco. I thought that she like put her hand, goes, okay. I was like, holy fuck, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're in the presence
of?
of?
The role you played in this season.
You were on here for like 2 days. And I do just get I hate it. I'm sorry for you guys, the Costa girls, but I do just get the ick for them and the way that they behave when they get out. Cause it's like, it's the same attitude of Sierra. Like, I'm going to try to get every ounce of attention from this I can because I didn't get to make the most of it in the villa. And it's like,
exactly.
Those are just the hands you were dealt. Sorry.
And that's that.
I will be tuning in for Love Island Games.
Me too.
I'm so
excited
thrilled
to see who
Ariana's
the cast
hosting
is.
it. I know. It'll be awesome. All right, let's get into rotations. Oh, I'm Dream. Okay, I didn't prep it because I thought that I was Nightmare. But if you think I'm not putting Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and Taylor's engagement ring on my dream rotation, you're out of your goddamn mind.
I know. I was
That's
really
my
giving
dream
you a
rotation.
gift. I was really giving you a gift there.
Easy peasy. I can't wait to learn more. Oh my God.
My nightmare is Clayton Echard.
Okay. Did you watch any of Perfect Match?
I watched a couple episodes. I watched enough of it to see them break up, which wasn't very much. But
Clayton.
I am like, and then what Rachel said. Do you see what Rachel said?
No, what?
Rachel said that Clayton told her that their lifestyles weren't compatible because he wants a gym girl.
You're kidding me? Wait, Phoebe, this is crazy because he went on Viall Files, which I'm not really listening to, but I wanted to hear what he had to say because Nick was
kind
like
of raked him across
really
the coals.
hard on him. Yeah. Nick was like, this guy's done all this therapy and he's still acting like this. He's not perfect. Like, oh my God. Like, they were talking about that. And like, he was like, Clayton, like, what were you thinking? Like, fully asked him.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to it and Clayton says, yeah, we just, we had a conversation. Nothing physical happened that night. We just cuddled. We had a conversation that night and it became clear that like, there are just reasons we weren't going to work out. I'm not going to speak on that out of respect to her, but like, yeah, and Nick's like,
yes, I saw this clip.
What were those reasons?
He made it
and he's
seem like it was like,
I don't want to, I thought it was like political maybe. Or that, and Nick was like, he made it seem like she's into the influencer life. She's into partying, like, and he's not. And like she wants to be famous and he doesn't, which doesn't.
I'm like, if you don't want to be famous,
why are you on the Viall Files? You don't go on Perfect Match,
yeah.
like whatever. Especially with your hair. I can't believe, honestly, it makes me discredit a lot of his whole vibe that he went back on a dating show. Because I'm just like, I thought The Bachelor ruined your life, and you're like, this is, whatever. But yeah, he said. He kept being like, oh, I don't want to like say about her. Like, I mean, and Nick's like, don't you think you owe her that? Like, couldn't you tell Rachel like, hey, by the way, this is why it didn't work? And he's like, I guess if she like wants to know, but I don't think she wants to know.
I think
I don't think she wants to hear it. That is what he said.
I think she called him about, I think
good. I hope she fucking did. She should have gone live.
Then she went on a podcast.
She should have gone live and called him on speaker.
Like the people from Temptation Island when they started calling each other.
They were such a messy cast. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
But yeah, it was because he wants like a gym girl that'll go to the gym with him.
That was it.
It's like, have you seen what Rachel looks like? Like,
have
she's
you
good.
seen what Rachel looks like? What would she do in the gym? What would she do there?
I think he's like, she'll just come watch me lift my weights. He didn't say that, but I'm like, that must be what it is because she like.
I wonder if there was more too.
But anyway, so he's on there because I just think that's absurd and ridiculous.
I was like, it must be that he's
like,
a Trumper and she's a Democrat because all her friends are gay men.
Like, you must have known that before you were like, I think we should match up.
Yeah, like, and why put her through that? Why not give her
and just
even the opportunity to talk to anybody? Like, it was like he claimed her
exactly.
right away.
I felt so bad for her when he the next night was like, so we just like shouldn't maybe do this.
And she was like, what? Like, she was like, I can't believe you're doing this to me again. And then how he talked on Nick's podcast, he said, I just thought her reaction was like too dramatic based on like our, like, I was like, you're crying. Like, why are you crying? Like, why are you having such a big reaction?
Not to do this again.
She asked you not to do this. And like, you're completely discounting what you did to her and how real that was for her and how much that hurt her. She's reacting. She's a traumatized woman because of you. I'm dying to know the status of their relationship these days.
Me too.
Anyway, but yeah.
So Clayton,
okay, great.
Ace, stop disrespecting Amaya.
Stop it. Stop
don't like it at all.
And America doesn't like it. And you obviously want to be America's favorite. So
exactly.
Come on.
So just like get on board.
Yeah.
I was really expecting him to come out of the villa and be like, oh my God, I have to like immediately like,
yeah.
I have to issue a public apology.
But hey, maybe he's realer because he didn't. I don't know.
Maybe that's true. And Amaya doesn't need that in her life.
She doesn't.
And then the last is everybody except Rachel in the Big Brother house, basically. Everybody that's not on Rachel's team in Big Brother house because
And
what
even
do
the
you
people who
mean-
are, because
what do you
I don't
mean
trust you.
You guys are talking, being like, her daughter must be so disappointed in her.
I don't know how her husband can watch this.
I'm-
Let me tell
I'm-
you, with his
I'm
arms
gonna-
up screaming, "Go Rachel!"
Hey,
That's
also,
my wife.
Catherine, you better watch what you say about starting a blog about how Rachel has to wax her neck. You should see what people are saying about you.
She
your
is in
hygiene.
for such a rude awakening. I literally was thinking when I saw that tweet that like that was captured from feeds. I was like, the fact that she doesn't know what people are saying about her, and that's something that just came out of her mouth. The irony. I mean, you can't write TV this good. That's amazing. Like, she's so disgusting, and she's gonna say all this. That's fucking crazy.
And Kelly, after she says all these terrible things about Rachel from day one, she's been saying they've all been so mean about Rachel. And then Rachel has one. Someone said Rachel has one glass of alcohol, and immediately is like season 11 Rachel again.
Oh,
Because
it's
she,
so
like,
good.
And they're all in the hammock, and Kelly like goes to give her a goodnight
Can I
hug,
have a
and
hug?
Rachel's like, no.
I don't.
Ra-
Rachel just goes, "I don't need a hug." She wasn't even like mean. She was like, "I don't need
and
a hug."
then Kelly
Can I
goes up
ask
to the
why?
She's absurd. She's
That would happen to
ridiculous.
me. Though that's like exactly what would fucking happen to me. Because I'd be like, I'm good. Because I
Mom
don't.
asked me the
wanna
other
be
day, she was
touched.
like, how do you think Caroline would do on this season? And I was like, better than I had anticipated when we saw the cast list announced. However, Caroline nailed it. She couldn't have been on. That's why she wasn't asked, because they knew Rachel Riley was coming.
Yeah, no, we could not be on the same season. Yeah.
But like, Kelly, don't go up to the HOH and cry about how Rachel's such a bully and all this
Oh
stuff. when
my
you guys have
God.
been so mean to her.
Dude, somebody posted a photo of Kelly crying in whoever's arms and said,
Keanu.
and said, we haven't had bullying this bad since Taylor Hale's season. And I was like, I know you're not talking about Kelly being bullied. Are you talking about Rachel? You're talking about how everybody's bullying Rachel? Because then, yeah. Because you're not comparing what Kelly's going through because Rachel didn't hug her. Kelly's around here casting fucking spells on people. Everyone's talking about how she's like doing witchcraft. She's walking around being like, I'm instigating shit. She's telling everybody, like the second someone says something to her, everybody knows it. And then they're like, Kelly, did you just tell everybody that? And she's like, yeah, I'm instigating. I'm playing the game. I'm crazy, Kelly. Like,
and it's
girl.
And Kelly, also, you are being bullied in the house, but it wasn't by Rachel.
Yeah, and you don't even
By
know
Mickey
half the
and
bullying you're
Morgan.
experiencing. It's all behind your back, bitch. You're fine. Grow up. You can cry about it when you get out of that house. But for now,
Like,
one
suit
other
up.
thing that I do want to say is like, Catherine, this is sticky because Catherine said that I don't know when her mother passed away, but her mother has passed away. And she said that Riley was the only person in the house that was there for her about this, and that Rachel knew that, and Rachel kicked him out of the house. So now Catherine has nobody, and that she's like, it's disgusting. Like, what would Rachel's daughters think of that? Like, that she would do that to me. She would take away the one person that was here for me because my mother passed, and she knew that. Like, oh my God. I'm like, dude, that is, oh, I'm sorry. Am I being
That's
a
a little
heartless
much.
bitch? A little bit of
But
a
I'm
reach.
also like, then maybe this isn't the game for you. If that is something that is going to,
well,
like,
yeah,
that's the game.
Go home, girl. Go.
The game is to eliminate people.
Well, someone, what did
eventually
Ava
someone is-
say? Ava last night goes, Catherine's crying because she hasn't been with her man for 3 days. I haven't been with my man for 7 weeks.
Exactly.
And it's like, yeah, you've been
Ava's
with
like,
him.
These people are, what do you think Will thinks about his chocolate drop?
Exactly.
You suck.
Well, and what do you think Vince thinks about his girlfriend? Oh, wait.
Oh,
What
wait,
girlfriend?
he's got his BB
Oh, wait,
wife.
he's motorboating Morgan in the HOH room.
This is a crazy cast.
It is. I can't believe we're going to see a cheat man's. It's only a matter of time.
I part of me wants to go back and watch older episodes, but the other part of me is like, but if I don't want to watch it the way the casuals watched it.
No.
So it's almost not worth it to me. But like, people are saying if this was old Big Brother, they would have a camera at the girl's house and like be interviewing her.
Bring it
And I'm
on.
like, okay, so why, Julie?
So
I know it's
let's
love one
bring
another,
back
but
old
like,
Big Brother
Vince
then.
isn't loving one another.
Yeah, Vince is breaking your one rule. So can we get out there? Can we get some boots on the ground, people in the scene? Thank you.
Yeah. So that's that.
Is there anyone else in your rotation? Who is that?
No, that was 3.
Oh, no, that was right. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, that is that. I just want to remind you, on Thursday, we're going to have our recap of season 7, episode 16, Pretty Little Liars. Next week, we'll have our recap of episode 17. And then after that, we are switching to every other week will be a recap and a punch bowl until we get to the finale. If you want more info on that, Other things, on Monday, it's Labor Day, the official Pretty Little Liars holiday. We are releasing a special episode, so make sure you tune in on Monday so you get that. We're going to be releasing some Halloween merch. We'd love to see you all in it. It's very fun. I am posting my ghost tour schedule on the day that this is listed, and it is updated. It's different than what... I can't have time for this right now. Don't show me this right now. Phoebe keeps showing me fucking pictures and tweets. I am talking. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to post it. I would love to see you guys at the ghost tours. It's different than what I talked about on the Patreon. So if you listen to that, those dates, just disregard them. I have a new thing. We did a punch bowl on what the liars would be like for their first day of school. That is on our Patreon for our Dream Rotation members. Check that out. We'll have a pilot episode coming up. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We love you. Please leave us a 5-star review. I hope you are celebrating the Tavis engagement as much as we are. And we will see you next week. And I don't know how to bow. I know Aristotle.